Hello, we are Susu, Boo Boo, Buster, and that guy.
I think I can figure it out, right? Wolfman.
That guy right there.
Yeah, as I get older, I have to wear my glasses. So, welcome back to the channel, baby.
Do you want to tell them what we're doing today, honey? Since you're trying to speak through that mask? Stop.
Yeah, I took it off, but we're doing Heilung today. Heilung.
Anoana?
Anoana.
Anoana. Okay. And last time. Yeah, onomatopoeia.
All right, guys.
Last time we did, we really got kind of a tribal, ceremonial feel, and I'm excited about this one. I actually have seen parts of it, but Wolfman has not.
I have not, and
I'm just going to confess. I'm telling you that up front, because I am not a liar, sir.
Well,
I will not be called a liar.
Well, okay.
So you ready?
I am ready, and there is a thing. We're going to get started, and I've not seen it. I did want to say that when we picked this, we looked at some of the other ones, and we're going to get to some of the other ones we haven't done that are bands we've never heard of. This is the second time on this, but we got others that we will do. Okay? Is that right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. Heilung Anoana.
I think.
Nice. That is awesome. All right, guys, you know, I got to pause it and I won't pause it again. I'm going to roll it back a little bit. My memory is so terrible that if I wait till the end of this, I might forget the questions, but I'd like to know what language she's singing in, right? So remember that for the end of the video. And also this one, much like the other one, makes me want to bathe in the blood of my enemies.
Well, you start it up.
Okay, sorry.
Start it up.
Sorry. You don't want to become an enemy, because I might bathe in your blood. That's not true. Okay.
Download the Cox Panoramic.
Before we completely finish this, I want to go back. No, you don't have to have headphones on. I wanted to go back only because I don't know, guys. Never mind. I just wanted to show you something that I thought was kind of cool and important. But okay.
Can you tell us?
Yes, I will absolutely tell you. Reason I wanted to back it up is because a lot of times when you see a baby in a film or whatever, they like smear it with fake-looking blood, and it looks obviously like it's 6 months to a year old.
Oh yeah.
And it's probably a casting thing or some rules or whatever. But that baby looked real. I don't know if you saw it.
It's a newborn.
I think you had your eyes closed, but
yeah.
Baby comes out as a newborn. It's got little nubs on his head. I was like, that's fantastic. If there's really those people, I want to meet them. I don't want to be charged like a buffalo, but the buffalo in American culture, before we got here and wiped them all, almost wiped them completely out, was really integral to Native Americans, especially on the Great Plains, where there were tens of thousands, if not millions of them. And there are, you can look all this up, I won't go into it, but there are accounts from the 1800s of people seeing masses and masses of buffalo. And the buffalo tongues were very sought after as delicacy, so we would murder the buffalo, cut their tongues out, and leave the rest of it to die. And the problem was that the Indians used that for food, for shelter, for cover in the cold, they used every piece of the buffalo.
The Native Americans did not waste anything.
Right. And I'm not making a scathing indictment of the Europeans, because it was different than they came over here, right? And they see all this land of plenty, and they didn't have that when they came over here, right? That's one of the reasons they came, not only for religious persecution, because Europe and England were getting crowded, full, right? So they came over, they started coming over in droves, and they see this vast wealth, right? And so, yes, is it greed? Yes, but is it also, I've never seen anything like this before, you know, and I want a part of that. So anyway,
yeah,
Rob,
I mean, I guess that's
fantastic.
not necessarily relevant, but I just was trying to listen a lot because there's so many cool things going on at one time.
There's I think a didgeridoo in the background, maybe, or I don't know, but there was something that had that low end growl, like a didgeridoo. I loved it. Loved the drums.
It feels like that type of music gets a certain tone and a certain note that resonates with a calming part of your mind or something, and if you listen to it, it just creates, it creates something more than just a song.
Like it, yes, I agree. It creates
an
like
effect.
an effect that wants you to bathe in the blood of your enemies, like scoop their get bowels out, get blood on you, and rub it on your face like this. What's that about?
Can we talk about the music without you saying that?
I'm serious. I'm talking about the music, and yes, for you it calms you down, but for me it really has this tribal kind of, I don't know, I can't even explain it, but bathed in the blood of my enemies. I don't know what's wrong with that statement. So some of the guys out there that know me, Gunther and Nick and some of the other guys, chime in. Doesn't it make you want to like stab somebody to death? And you know, you're in a war, right? They want your buffalo, you want to keep it.
In this particular song, it's so interesting. The imagery is just, it is flooded, right? And some of them are very obvious, like the little bird in the nest, and then
the bird died, right? And she brought the bird back to life. Sorry.
Right. There's an amulet or a coin that keeps coming up, but in the shifts of time and age of throughout the video, just seeing.
I was confused a little bit, but what you're saying makes a whole lot more sense. I was thinking the older woman was the mother, and then the baby, and then the young girl, but not, right? And so is it right that the baby was the young girl, and then the young girl is like looking at the buffalo, and then the older woman charges at the buffalo? Is that how you saw it? Does that make sense at all?
Honestly, I have to watch it again. I saw a theme of growth and maturity and supernatural power. And being at one with nature, and then just hearing all of the instruments and the sound of the music, and then suddenly this complete shift in tone and feeling and emotion that was very different. Like you said, the stuff that made you a little nervous or whatever, it brought it down a notch for a bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting music to me. Sometimes I can sit and dissect it, and other times I can just have it on and enjoy it.
It's interesting because until the age of videos, and really until the age of like being on camera and doing all that, you would make up stuff in your mind. Like I recently played a song by Neil Young, right? And I have this image in my mind of the things that I think he's trying to say. And I don't know that he actually did a video on this, but if he ever had, it probably would be way different than my mind. Because I looked at some comments about that song on the net, and I was like, man, I didn't get that out of that song at all. You know, so it's the same thing with this.
There's a lot of different interpretations, and it's just like with Rammstein.
Sorry.
It's okay. With Rammstein, they have a literal and then a metaphorical a lot of times.
Yeah.
But you know, music it's different to every person.
Sure.
So if some people delve into lyrics and symbolism and stuff more, and you don't get that part, it's okay.
It is.
Because you're smart in other ways.
But you're really pretty.
You're pretty smart in other ways.
She's so pretty.
You come in handy other ways.
Let's not go there. Anyway, so yeah.
I enjoyed this, and you know Heilung means healing?
I probably did, but I don't, memory again. I'm struggling with my memory, but I think we're getting it together.
So, talking to some of my Native American friends here, and some of you online have commented the similarities between what we're seeing in, is it Viking times?
I think it would be before then.
Okay.
I think it would be way before then, but I could be wrong.
And over here, what we're familiar with, and the ceremonies that the Native Americans have here, and a lot of it's still very alive here.
Yeah.
Is any of that alive in Europe?
I think it probably, again, I'm not speaking for you. You answer her question, but my feeling would be that like here, it's got a resurgence, because when we moved the Indians out of the east and moved them here. A lot of them, they lost their identity for a while. And because I grew up here in Arkansas, Oklahoma, right on the border of Oklahoma, and if you crossed into Oklahoma, there was Indian Territory, right? It's just called Indian Territory, even though it was states of Oklahoma and so forth. And there's a lot of poverty. But now we come back and they have the casinos, they have, you know, all that, but they also, there's a big resurgence in exactly what she's talking about, in ceremonial stuff.
Cultural immersion,
yes,
ceremonial, just being proud of their history.
Yes.
And so I just think it's fascinating.
So answer your question, because I'm interested, is there that kind of, like,
is there some sort of, culture that still exists like this, or anything similar to it?
Is that old German? I'm sorry.
I mean, and I don't know if it would be a culture where grown men go out and sling bladed maces around at each other and, and act like Vikings and get hit in the side of the head.
That's later than back then. They would like probably gore you with some kind of primitive blade, and then, like I said, that was way before the Vikings, I think. But let's talk a little bit about where that was. Immediately, I thought of, because, you know, about my background, I think mainly of the Celts, right? I think mainly of Scotland, Ireland, and that thing. But I think because Heilung is German, right? It means healing. It was probably German. So what was the language? Was it early German? Was it some kind of Germanic thing I don't know about? Was it Gaulish? What was it?
I don't know,
Celtic,
but
I'd like to know.
We're gonna find out, because you're gonna tell us, so we don't have to look it up on our own, right?
Because I'm lazy. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
lazy as hell.
I wanted to see what Mr. Skunk thought about it, and he's been in earlier videos, but Skunk Puppet, Lord Skunkington the First. Did you like it? Why? Because it shows what ass he was when they took over. Killed all the natives, stole all their stuff.
Are you okay?
Yeah. What kind of question is that? Am I okay? I'm an idiot. That's what I am.
Well, I have something that I want to do.
Please go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if anybody will be able to see it.
I love that picture.
What about it? No, I can't get it without a glare. You can kind of see it. That's my dad catching a salmon in Alaska. Many years ago, my dad was my favorite person, and a crusty old German too. So this fits,
Susan?
right? So I'm telling you, Dad, and 2 thumbs up.
I never met her father. He died before we met. But I hear stories about him all the time that I love.
We talk about him every day. He's been gone 20 years.
Song over and over again with the door closed, and he'd be like, "Susan, what are you doing? Ruth, come here. The girl's doing it again."
Susan.
That's it.
I used to do a song and a dance and get out of whatever trouble I was in.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I met her older brother, who's a couple of years older than me, and her sister is about the same age. And they agree with that. And John apparently your brother looks a lot like your dad, right?
Yeah.
So I can imagine that. So,
anyway, yeah.
All right. Anyway, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Would you please if you like this, please subscribe. We've got a lot of new subscribers coming in every day. We're way over 4,000 now. Thank you again for that. Subscribe, share this with your friends, and see if they like it. She's got Tourette's or something.
It's not. I don't have Tourette's. I have punch you.
I would call that punching Tourette's, but not Tourette's. Subscribe, share.
Notify. Comment down below to our many questions about Heilung and about Anoana. And I thought it's beautiful.
I did too. I loved it. We'll do some more, but we'll branch out as well. And
Be blessed,
and please don't hurt anybody.
That's right.
Don't rush your buffalo, right? Because they'll kill you.
Oh, really? Unless you have powers.
Okay.
Do you have powers?
I don't have powers. I won't even look at it before.
I want to get powers. I can't close this thing. I can't close this thing to
Right
turn
there,
us
there's
off.
no-
Okay.
I don't know how to keep that.
Sorry,
from popping
guys.
up.